Hey everybody, today I'm doing something a little different. Instead of doing a review on a TV show episode, I'm going to do a quick review on an adventure game that I've recently played, Gone Home. I had heard quite a good deal about this game and good reviews. It's kind of an old style adventure game which I love, and I'm always looking for new ones to play, so I decided to give it a shot. Now keep in mind, as I go through the various aspects of this review on the game and everything, that all of these are my personal opinions, and that you very well may have different opinions or see things in a different light than I do. Let's go. So, gameplay. Now, a lot of people, when they do video game reviews like this, they will save gameplay for last. But I am going to do it first. Now, I have to say there's not too much to the gameplay itself. It's heavy on exploration, story, and characters, even though there is no actual character interaction. The only way we really get to know the characters is through journal entries, notes, and some voiced journal entries and stuff like that. You'll pick up something, examine it, and that's how it goes. So, with that said, it's not the type of gameplay that is best for everyone. It's an old school point and click adventure. So if you're not really into those games, I would not recommend it. However, for me, and people that do like them, I would recommend it. The exploration is nice, getting to know the characters is nice, and I'll get more into that when I get to the story part. But that's really all to be said about the gameplay. I mean, you can pick up items and hold the shift key to spin around and see things and examine them further. And there's some interaction in that. But don't be expecting too much from it. If you like a nice, subtle adventure game with a nice atmosphere and decent gameplay as far as that goes, I believe you'll like this one. Music. As it's an adventure game, music is a very important part of it. In many adventure games, the music can sell or break a game. Now this is where my opinions start getting really personal and may differ from yours. As far as the background and ambient music goes, it's something spectacular, but it's pretty damn good. It fits the mood of the house, the lonesome feeling and all that. It's going to be dark and subtle, but I've really found myself enjoying it as I explored the house. There's also a storm going on outside, so you keep hearing lightning and thunder and the rain, and that also really adds to it. So as far as that type of music goes, I would definitely recommend the game. Now there are songs in the game, and this is one of the aspects that I really didn't like. There was one song that you found on a record player, an old-timey jazz song that I loved. And I would go in the room that has a record player and keep playing it over and over without really progressing in the story for a while, because I loved the song so much. But the rest of the music is this punky, kind of loud, angry, teen angst rock music. Now, I don't like that at all. I found myself, because you'll pick up a cassette tape, and you'll put it in a tape, play and replay. I found myself turning off the music at times like that, just because it annoyed the hell out of me. And the ending credits song, I had to take off my headphones. I am not a fan of that type of music. I was when I was younger, but I'm 27 now, so that's something I kind of grew out of. That's not to say that if you like the music, or if you play the game and you end up liking the music, that you're stupid or dumb or have bad taste or anything. It just means that my opinion differs, and I personally found it to not be so good. Well, for that one jazz song, that's so awesome, I thought it was worth it. Because if you don't like the rest of the music, you can make your character walk back up to the tape player and turn it off. So as far as music goes, that one jazz song and the ambience against the rest of the music, I would give it 3.5 stars out of 5. Story, characters, and all that sorts of stuff. Probably going to be the longest part of this review. Now, overall, let me just go ahead and right out and say this. Overall, I pretty much like the story. It's not great. It's not going to stick with me. But I enjoyed it enough to enjoy the game. Now, I'm going to do my best not to get into too many spoilers here. The basic, very beginning of the story is you come home from being overseas and you find your house empty. So you start searching around trying to figure stuff out, where your family is. And this is when a lot of the notes and journal entries and such come into play, because they tell the story. And like in any adventure game, story is one of the main points, one of the best selling points. The story can make a game, any game, better. But if it's like, a shooting game or something like that, that's more heavy on the action, story isn't as important. I still love a good story there. But when it's an adventure game, it is a very, very key aspect. If you don't have a good story in an adventure game, people aren't going to like it. It's going to get bad reviews, though. There's one adventure game I mentioned in this review that actually got bad reviews, but I personally love it. Anyway, again, without trying to get into too many spoilers, you come home and you find some stuff out about your parents are gone. You start finding out there's some kind of problems there, and you find out that each of the characters that you never see have issues. And developing up and figuring out these issues is actually a lot of fun. It doesn't focus as much on the mom and the dad as it does the little sister and her romance. Now, I'm not going to get into the details about the romance or who she is with, because if you haven't played the game yet, I really don't want to spoil it for you. Now, that's another place where the music comes into play. Although I did not like most of the music in the game, most of the music are tapes that the little sister has, and it fits her character very well. I don't like the music, but it fits well. So that always works. Now, you start getting through the romance, and you find more and more out about it. And this, to me personally, is both where the game shines and the game falters. Now, the thing is, the characters that are in the romance are both like mid to late teens. So really, it's just a bunch of teen angst. And I hate to say this, but in reality, even though I really did kind of get into the love story and everything, and overall I enjoyed it, I'm kind of a cynicist, and I just saw the whole thing falling apart after the game ends. Now, again, that's my personal opinion, but in that way, for me, it weakened their romance. And, that's one of the things that set me off from the game a bit. Because while a lot of me believe it, there are parts of it that were kind of unbelievable. And once you play through the game, you might understand that too. Maybe you'll love it. And if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, for me, it was just somewhat weak. If the characters were older, I probably would have liked it. And if you're in that age range, it's probably really great for you. I'm getting older and older, and all that stuff doesn't matter as much to me anymore. I had my relationships and all that back then, and looking back, it's all silly. But anyway, now there are subplots, and this really helps the game come up. So like I said, it doesn't focus as much on the parents, but it does. And you start to piece together what may have happened to them through notes, journal entries, and yada yada yada. And in that aspect, it does take some thought to figure stuff out. So, it's up to you to piece that together. It tells you, but it doesn't tell you. It gives you the evidence and the clues and lets you put them together. But one of the better subplots that I found was that there's a ghost in the house. Now I will assume say you never see the ghost that I saw. There may be an Easter egg that I don't know about. But again, going back to ambience, this plays really well into the whole, it's kind of a creepy feeling. Now, it's not a horror game by any means. There is some kind of eerie, creepy feeling that this and the ambient music, as well as the storm brewing outside, gives it. So, story-wise, hurting because of my personal feelings about the romance. 4 out of 5 stars, which definitely isn't bad. So, that's that. One more topic. Extras. There are a lot of extra things in the game, little hints and things like supposedly the ghost and parents. I've been all over that, the journal entries and all that. But there's a little bit more to the game than meets the eye. And one of the things that made me really get into the game was there were a whole bunch of X-Files references. And that, to me, is just awesome. Probably one of my favorite things about the game, if not my all-time favorite. I totally have to give the creators kudos for that. Some things include, you see a tape, VHS tape, of recorded episodes. There's a TV listing with X-Files circled. There's a nudie mag with Gillian Anderson in it. Of course, you don't get to see the cover. And it said that she's in it. But anyway, there's the I Want to Believe poster hanging in the younger sister's room, and a pack of Morley cigarettes in her locker. Now, I didn't find anything else really relating to the show. I guess in a way you could say the whole supernatural ghost aspect is kind of there. But that happens with any other supernatural show, so I love the X-Files. Favorite show of all time. So if you were a fan, it's definitely something that can really bring you into the game. Past that, there's a Beetlejuice reference, another tape. There are tapes around. Earth, Wind, and Fire is a band that the parents liked. There's little things like that that add to the whole experience and really give you a sense of the time period in which the game takes place and the characters and everything. So, star count overall. No, one more point I have to make. Do not get this game right now. Pay $20 for it, but it's an extremely short game. Now, I picked up every little piece of paper and note I could find and read it. And it took me 2 sessions of sitting down with the game to beat it. One night. You could probably beat it within an hour if you really tried. And because of that, that kind of hurts the game. It's not a bad game by any means, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But it's something you don't want to pay $20 for. Wait till it goes on sale. If you like those kinds of games, what I personally recommend is Scratches. Now, if you go online and you look up the reviews, Gone Home is a much better rate than Scratches. But I found Scratches to be a lot better. The music in it, to me, is better. The story is better, and it's actually somewhat of a creepy game, and I'm really hard to creep out. And I'm not going to guarantee you'll like it. There you go. Gone Home, overall star count 3.5 or a high 3 without quite getting to 4 stars. 3.5 is a good place to say. So, my recommendation is wait until the game goes on sale, get it, and enjoy it. I don't know if I'm doing more game reviews. I just figured I would do this one. It's a fairly easy one to do. There's not really much to get into, but it was something different. I wanted to do it. Peace out.